Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing great. So I have some tea for you guys today. I have some chismes. I have some stories. And I want to talk about some issues that I have been through as a photographer, things that I've had to deal with clientele. And that way maybe we can relate in some way. Or you can talk to me about your stories down below and let me know what's happened to you. It's been crazy, and that's because I'm a part-time photographer, you guys. I don't do this full-time. I honestly, I just don't. I prefer not to be real busy with photography clientele. That's just me, because I want to always love this. I love photography. I always have. But man, I've heard stories where people, they end up not even enjoying their work anymore because they're so busy with clients and they deal with a lot of stuff that they do not even see photography as a love of theirs anymore. I don't want that to happen to me. But yes, welcome back to my channel, everyone. And if you are new and you do like my work and you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe and slap the like button, you guys. Don't forget to do that. And let's talk about a few things that have happened to me as a photographer. So number one, I had a photo shoot and I was really excited. I love flash photography. I prefer to do flash photography because you can absolutely be so creative with it. So I went out and did this shoot for the said person and we had a wonderful time. The whole time she was just like, oh my gosh, you're like the best photographer I've ever had. You're amazing. I'm definitely gonna come back to you for another shoot. You this and that. And it was hyping me up. I was so excited. I was like, oh heck yeah, you know? So I got done with this shoot, you know, got home, started editing. You know, I like to edit right then and there because I like to get my photos done and ready as fast as I can for my clients. So I had all the compliments from this person and I was just like, you know, I'm so glad, so happy you love them. You know, if you ever need anything else, just let me know. If you ever need another shoot or whatnot. And she's like, oh yeah, for sure. I'm going to come back to you, this and that. And I was like, okay, cool. So one day, I was around one of my friends and she brought something to my attention. She was like, hey, have you seen this and this and this? And I was like, no, why? So she brings it up and she like opens up her phone and she's like, look at this. And I was like, wait a minute. So then I pull open my phone and I start, you know, I'm like, oh my God. Like, she's like, yeah. And I'm not the, you know, I don't ever go like to people and just be like, oh, to see if they've posted, you know. So, and I've noticed sometimes, you know, people post the photos I take as a profile picture, which makes me absolutely happy. I love when people do that. And I did notice that, but I didn't notice, you know, this other stuff. Well, this said person totally like enhanced the photos. I'm not going to go into detail, but they enhanced the photos. And I'm not talking about filters. I'm talking about they enhanced the photos. And I was a little like, wow. And so, yeah, that was a little irritating for me. Did I ever confront her with it? No, I didn't. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let her do whatever she wants to do. I'm not going to sit here and cause any issues. I am not a drama person, you guys. I absolutely avoid it at all costs. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing, but if she ever comes back to me for another photo shoot, I will bring it up because that is an absolute no-no for me. But yeah, so let's go off into number two. And I have had this happen to me several times and I understand, okay, if you can't afford the shoot, that's fine. If you decided to go with a different photographer, by all means, that's fine. Like, you're not hurting my feelings whatsoever. You're just giving me more freedom to enjoy my hobby. and not have to worry about, you know, setting up anything for anyone, or, you know, not have to worry about me being so nervous for a shoot, because I get absolutely nervous when it's time for a photo shoot with a client. I have had people ghost me. Like, they come to me and they're like, hey, you know, I want to do a photo shoot. I really love your work. Let's get together. And I'm laughing because it's funny. Let's get together and let's do this. Let's set a time, let's set a date. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, let's do this, you know? And of course you talk to them about what they're looking for and, you know, your ideas, and you get together with ideas. And they end up scheduling stuff, and then they are like, oh, hey, I can't do that day. Let's reschedule. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, I understand sometimes things come up, you know, you can't always make it to that day. And I totally understand. So let's reschedule. Okay, so we reschedule, we go to that day. And then again, oh, hey, this came up, blah, 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 blah. You know, let's reschedule again. And I'm like, okay, so, you know, on that one, I'm getting, you know, a little weirded out. And I'm like, you know what? I guess let's go ahead and reschedule again. I'm okay with that. Then they ghost you. They like completely like ghost you. You no longer hear anything from them. You know, nothing. Like, at least let me know. So that is something else that has happened to me. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, especially when it comes to the ghosting part. But I'm pretty sure you understand how kind of a little frustrating it can be, because it kind of wastes your time. You get ready for the shoot and you're like, you could have done something else that day, or, you know, because you're making space for that person. You're making that time that day for them, whenever you could have set other plans that day, or maybe you're in another client. So let me go off into the last thing here. You get those people that kind of like nitpick at everything. The nitpickers. Let's just call them the nitpickers, because you're like, oh my gosh, like, this is one of the reasons why I have completely stopped showing unedited, out of the camera photos that I take to my clients while taking the photo shoot, because I used to do that. I used to be like, hey, you know, check this out. You know, that way they can look and they can be like, oh, cool, you know, because to you, it's like, oh man, that's a freaking awesome photo of them, you know, or whatever. And you're excited, you know, hey, you know, check this out. Some people even ask, can I see it? You know, and if you want to see it, I usually didn't mind, but now I'm like, no, you know, I prefer to not let anyone see the photos. Now that's what I say. No longer going to have any view of the photos. I prefer not to do that, because I want these photos to be a surprise to you guys, and be like, just trust me and everything's going to come out good. I want you to relax and let's do these photos, and don't worry about anything. I got you. And so now that's just how I am. I feel like it's better that way, and that way you can go through the photos and you can edit them how you want to edit them, and then give them the photos or whatever. It's better this way for me, because I've had, you know, the nitpickers, and even though I love to take my time with my clients, there's so much time in a day and we just have things to do. And when people are nitpicking at every photo and, oh, can you retake this one? Can you retake this one? I don't like the way that looks, you know, this and that, whatever. The shoot just takes longer. It extends everything. And it kind of ruins the vibe, if you will. So I have learned to just completely stop that. And so, yes, you guys, those are a few things that have occurred with me, and I just wanted to talk about this today. I wanted to let you guys know that if you're going through some issues and you're like, man, you know, just know that you're not alone. I have gone through some stuff for being a very part-time photographer, and I'm sure you guys that are full-time and do this all the time and are completely booked, I can't even imagine the stuff that you guys go through, but I would love to know. So if you want to comment down below and let me know, by all means, I'll be happy to read those and yeah, this is pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to talk a little bit about all that good stuff that we go through as photographers. But if you did make it this far, I just want to thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, y'all.